What is up, beautiful humans? This is Blythe Langford, your personal freedom coach. And I just wanted to talk to you about this topic because, in case you can't feel it, and you probably can, we're in spiritual warfare right now. And I wanted to give you some tools and tips to be able to empower yourself and also help you understand what your greatest weapon is and how... what's really going on in the world. So I hope this gives you a bit of insight and a bit of awareness to what is happening in this planet at the moment. So first of all, what is spiritual warfare? Spiritual warfare, it depends who you speak to, but spiritual warfare is generally when the forces at B, like if you're talking, I'm not religious at all, but if you were talking to a religious person, it is when the devil, let's say, is amongst everything and manipulates and tries to get into our mind, body, soul, spirit and turn us against God or whatever, right? On a 2020 spiritual human point of view, it's like when there are so many powers at B in the world at the moment, all fighting for power and fighting to stay on this planet. And like, this is not really being woo-woo, this is just being pretty fucking factual, because if you go and do any research into any of the governments, all of them work with outer world beings and all of that sort of realm. So this can be it can seem like total woo-woo stuff, and you're feeling the side effects. It's actually just how it is right now. So that's why I just wanted to bring a bit of light to spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare, first of all, let's go a little bit back to, at the moment, there is a massive conscious shift, right? Not only with humans, but a planetary alignment. So what is happening with our planet is, it is our mother. It is a part of us. We are an expression of Mother Earth. And she is having a vibration, a different frequency that is changing and evolving, as are we. And there are many beings that want to be here and that are fighting for power. So we are in the midst of spiritual warfare, and we will only know a fraction of what is going on all of the time, because there is so much going on that not one person on the earth knows everything that is going on. No government, no alien, no indigenous culture, not anybody knows everything that's going on, and that's just how it is. So you've just got to take a little bit from each person and see what in your heart aligns, see what your intuition is like. Oh yeah, that seems like truth. No, that's a load of shit. So just go with it and hear everybody out, but only take on what resonates with you, because what resonates with you is right for you at that moment in time. And also, what doesn't resonate with you doesn't mean that it's not relevant. It just means that you might not be able to take that in at that moment in time, or it might be a load of shit. That each person's truth is each person's truth at that moment in time, and everything can change like that in a heartbeat, because everything is evolving at such a rapid rate. So the reason that I wanted to talk about spiritual warfare is because we are all in it, and the side effects are feeling crazy, scrambling our brains, feeling a little bit displaced, and that's pretty much what's happening with everybody, right? So the governments and all those sort of people are using it to their advantage, and we need to be very aware of that this is actually happening, and that most governments are working with extraterrestrial, this is so woo-woo, extraterrestrial beings and off-world sort of stuff that's going on. And so it depends on which country you're talking about, to who they're actually working with, and and that's just how it is. Because at the end of the day, there is a lot of off-world consciousness going on, and there is many different forces out there, and they all want to have a piece of human action, right? Yet they are consciousness. They might not necessarily have a body, and so they want to inhabit bodies on Earth, because that's how they get this human experience. So there is so much going on in the outer realm, as well as in our realm, as well as in the middle realm, as well as in the under realm. So there is just so much going on, and that's what sort of spiritual warfare is, when there is so much going on and people controlling other people and people trying to manipulate people, and AI technology trying to be coming into our consciousness and all of that sort of stuff. So I really wanted to talk about this because the most important thing for everybody to understand is that your vessel is your biggest weapon. Your vessel is your biggest weapon against any motherfucking war, against any being, against any government, against anything. Why do you think that every single thing wants to inhabit your body? Whether it be the government with vaccines, whether it be AI technology, whether it be an outer world consciousness, they all want to inhabit your body. And so why is it that the government has so perfectly set up that you think that you don't even belong in your body and that your body's fucked and there's something wrong with it? Because they are manipulating you so freaking good, right? They have got us thinking that our body's fucked, our body's working against us, and that we need some sort of technology in there. And ever since that we were kids, that they've been trying to manipulate us through TV shows that robots are great, Terminator, Transformers, all my favorite movies. All of these things have been literally programming us so that when we have a cell phone, when cell phones come out, this technology, because you've got to understand that they put all these things in there to program us before the technology comes out, so that we are used to it and so that we understand it and so that we go, yeah, okay, awesome. Because also, if every human being on this earth, no, whether if they're a Rothschild or an Illuminati or a Freemason or anything like that, none of them, I don't personally believe, would actually ever want somebody else's consciousness within their body. Nobody else actually wants another being's consciousness within there to take them over. Nobody really wants to lose. Nobody wants to die. It's like your soul dying. Nobody really wants their soul to die, because then they're actually dead. And the whole reason that they would actually want the consciousness of another being or want something else to inhabit their body is to extend their life. So please understand that they have also been extremely manipulated. Their consciousness has been manipulated, and they've probably sold their soul a little bit because of money, power, or vanity, right? So it's very interesting when you think about this. Well, it's very interesting when you think about this. Like, we all think that the Illuminati and, the Rothschilds and all of them are in charge. Yes, and they are at the highest level of the pyramid of the Illuminati, right? But it goes up to another worldly creature, or depend on where you are. The Rothschilds in the UK going to Satan, but it depends on where you are and what is manipulating that force, right? So you've got to understand that there is so much fucking going on right now, and you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to worry about it, because worry puts your cells into a different state where you're more easily manipulated. So no matter what, whether it be extra world, whether it be government, whether it be chemtrails, whether it be food, whether it be heavy metals, whether it be another human being, it doesn't matter. The most important weapon you have got is your vessel. That's why your consciousness was put into this vessel. That is why I am so fucking obsessed with health. Firstly, because I know what it's like to be able to see between the realms and be able to see all the different layers of everything that's going on. Well, not everything that's going on, but a lot of what's going on, because I use my vessel and I use food and I use water and I use the elements and the plants to be able to make my body a fucking weapon, so that nobody can interfere with it. Nobody can intervene with it. So my consciousness is strong so that I can tune in with God, expand my consciousness, raise my frequency, whatever the fuck it is that you want to do by working with my vessel. So yes, at any moment in time, you can drop in and tune into God consciousness. Absolutely. That is always there for you. Yes, you can always expand your container of love. Yes, that is always there for you. And if you've got a healthy vessel and use it like a fucking weapon, then that is heightened tenfold, right? So I just wanted to tune in and just explain the importance of your body. And I just want you to understand why everybody is trying, every body and every being, because not every being has a body, right? Why every being is trying to get into your body. They are trying to get some of their consciousness within you. So it is fucking important for you to have your body being so strong. Because when your body is so strong, there is no way that you would want another being to inhabit your body, right? Beings can come outside of your body and they can communicate with you, or they can communicate with you through auditory, kinesthetic, visual, whatever it is, but you don't want them to overcome your being, overcome your body, right? That's why AI technology, that's why it's called a fucking cell phone. They are trying to get into your cells. That's why I will refuse to use those ear pods or whatever they're called without the cord, right, that attaches into something else. I don't want another frequency manipulating my brain. So it's really important that you understand all these little things there that are just stepping stones to getting AI technology into your body. Now, I've actually got another person on here who I went to high school with. Hey, Suze, remember when we were like 15 or 14 or 16 or something, and they wanted to microchip us? Like literally at our school, they wanted to microchip us so that they could see when we were leaving the school ground, so that they could see when we were truanting and things like that. They literally have been trying to do this for a really fucking long time. So nothing has changed. This has been around since the 90s, guys. And exactly, they used the excuse that we were naughty. That was an excuse. Thank you, Suze. They used that excuse that we were naughty. And the same, nothing has changed. This is seriously here right now, where the governments and people have got us into that much of a state where it's like, oh gosh, you can't look after yourself. Like, you need to be completely dependent on the government. You can't even look after your own body. Your body is so screwed up. Like, let's put something in there so that we can manipulate your DNA. We can manipulate your cells. We can manipulate your mitochondria. We can manipulate your, we will look after all of your body because you can't look after it yourself. Your body isn't actually a temple. Your body is a whole lot of fuckery that you have no idea how to use. So we will just look after that for you. That is number one, class action, spiritual warfare, and a war crime at its greatest, right? Literally a war crime at its greatest. Rather than putting bombs out near your home or anything like that, they're just going to put some heavy metal into you. They're going to put heavy metal into you. They're going to put a bomb in you if you allow it. So I would love you to actually look into the effects of heavy metals on your body. Look into it. Foggy mind, can't concentrate, your immune system breaks down, you don't feel yourself, things start to deteriorate, It's also autism, depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, all of these things, right? So all of these people out there that, this is just my own personal belief, so take it with a fucking grain of salt. Do your own research and see what's right and true for you. And I'm only saying this because, I've had cancer from vaccines. So, and my sister works with children, like babies and kids. So I'm just going through what I have seen, heard other people's experiences, done a whole lot of research over a whole lot of time. And the people that I generally see that have suicidal thoughts, depression, anxiety, autism, all of those things are super sensitive humans. Super sensitive humans. They have gotten the side effects of those drugs. why would sensitive humans gotten the side effects of those drugs? Why are they sensitive in the first place? They have got gifts, real fucking gifts. So that's why they are easily manipulated by heavy metals and toxicity, because they are light workers. They are the ones that have been sent here that have got really big fucking missions on their heart, but because they have been so manipulated by heavy metals, by toxins, by literally bombs in their bodies, they are not able to fully tune into their gifts and feel like they don't belong. They feel like they are alone. They feel like they can't find their tribe. They feel like dependent on other things because they have been manipulated with. They are the victims of spiritual warfare. But the beauty in it is that being a victim of spiritual warfare is the first step to awakening. So it doesn't necessarily need to be anything hugely bad. Everything can be reversed when you understand you're in a temple. It just needs to be rebuilt with the most simplest of things. Clean food, clean water, really working with the elemental kingdom. When you work with the elemental kingdom, then you can understand that we are nothing more than the elements. Earth is our body, water is our blood, air is our breath, and fire is our spirit. So when the fire isn't ignited, we can use the other parts of the elemental kingdom to remember that we are full expressions of Mother Earth, that this vessel is heaven on earth if we allow it to be. Expand that consciousness within to dull down the spiritual warfare effects that have really taken place on our brain. So that is something that is really huge that I really wanted to tune into. And then also, who are your allies? Who are your allies? First of all, what is the most purest things on earth? Simply, it's the elements, it's the water, it's the sun, it's the air, it's the clean air. So understand that above all else, the thing that can be most trusted on this planet always and forever is the elements, is the fucking planet, right? So tune into that as often as possible. Light workers, get out in the sun more. Earth workers, get your feet on the earth more. Like mermaids, get into the ocean more. Like, it pisses me off when people are like, I'm an earth worker. I'm like, amazing. How often do you go outside barefoot? I'm like, never. I don't have time for that. It's like, something's missing there. There's a little, something's like, do your work, people. If you're a fucking light worker, get out in the light. If you're an earth worker, get out on the earth. If you're a fucking mermaid, get into the ocean. If you are a fairy, get into the woods and the forest, right? Like, whoever you are, and we're all multidimensional beings, so we all have all of these things within us always. Whatever is resonating with you at that moment in time, go and explore that in nature. And if you can't get into nature, bring it into your home. Like, I got crystals and dirt and shit and rocks and feathers and shells and all of the things from all over the world that are really special to me in every single room in my home, because even though I live at the beach, that I have set my life up so perfectly that everything that I need is literally across the road. I still have these elements within my home at every single moment in time, because I'm an elemental being and I do not forget the gift that I have of being a human being, an expression of Mother Earth at every moment in time. So just remember, your biggest allies are the plants, the elemental kingdom, the crystal kingdom. But we're at a time where we are expanding our consciousness, where our DNA is going through a huge upgrade, like huge crystalline DNA activation. So that's why we are all feeling a little bit weird and strange, because this recombobulation of our being, of our body, of our DNA structure is completely recombobulating. That is a word of my teachers and I love it. Thank you, Rudy. So we are completely recombobulating at at this moment in time, as we are always, but it's just really heightened right now. So as we work with the elements and all of those sort of things, like before, you know, like I was speaking to another really great psychic the other day, and somebody else was saying, oh, you know, like I need all my crystals around me all the time. She's like, babe, like we are the crystal. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we are the crystal. Like, you know, don't necessarily go and put your crystals out in the moonlight. You go out in the moonlight to activate yourself. You go out in the sunshine to activate yourself. So I was like, yes, babe, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Yes. So it's just great to hear other people that are having these same sort of experiences. And some of my friends who are the most spiritual, amazing light workers, so soft, so gentle, so beautiful, actually say, okay, fuck Blythe, yep, we are in spiritual warfare, totally feel it, let's fucking go. Like, now's the time where we need to get everybody understanding what it is we need to do. And it is so simple. It is so simple. It is look after your vessel. Look after your body so that you are really strong, so that your consciousness can be more expanded and the ego can just sort of not be as easily manipulated. Because you've got to understand that you literally have AI technology around you all the time. Like, I'm looking at AI technology right now. Like, literally, I am in an apartment block, so there's, you know, 5G all around me. All around me, there is like frequency going through my brain at all times. And if my vessel, if my being, if my body, my temple is not strong, then it can feel really shaky and really like a little bit crazy and hazy as this upgrade is happening, because that we are getting we are the victims of spiritual warfare, right? So please strengthen your being, strengthen your body so that your consciousness, so that your activation can be smoother. It doesn't need to be clunky. And I mean, of course, you'll have days where it's like beep, 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 and you want to like just spend the day in bed and stuff like that and rest. Great, rest. Do the things that you need to do, whatever is going to allow your vessel to be extremely well looked after. Also, things that are amazing. Wherever you are, as often as you can, get out in the nature as much as possible. And you've got no excuse to go and get your feet in the earth, and to really go and get your body in running water somewhere. Wherever you are, you need to find running water that is near you so that you can go and bathe in that, so that you can go and cleanse your aura constantly, so that you can go and have a water ceremony with Mother Earth. You know, the water is her blood. The water becomes our blood. So allow her to cleanse you. We're not satanic, so we don't need to do it with the blood of little children. We can do it with our Mother Earth, with Gaia, the way that we are intended to be. So also, another really great one is cold therapy. Cold therapy. I know, like, we're in winter here at the moment, in case you can't tell, and I have to, like, push myself to go and get in the ocean every day. Once I'm in there, it's amazing. Like, my brain is like, you know, I'm having a brain freeze because it's so fucking cold and all of the things. But after a few minutes, then like, whoa, it's like that blessing every day, you know? It's like a full-on freaking ceremony with the water, with Mother Earth, and just washes all of the manipulating you, like any AI technology, any frequency that's not yours, any negative thoughts, any mind control, any of those things that have really been happening. It just allows that to dissolve, right? So I would highly recommend, if you're not near a freezing cold ocean, to do ice baths regularly, because that will really activate your cells and allow your, you know, you've got trillions of cells, you've got even more mitochondria in there. So it just allows the healing. If you can't get in the ocean, if you can't have a beautiful bottle of spring water that's not owned by Coca-Cola because it's heated and manipulated with other different things in there, then just take some deep breaths and really tune in and just try and dissolve that voice a little bit and just like come back to it and just see what comes back. So really it's working with the elements. So again, it'd be working with your breath, doing some breath work. Like I've said a million times, I've got some free breath works on my YouTube channel, which is Upgrade with Blythe Langford, that will really help you to get out of your mind. And when I say get out of your mind is get out of your ego and back into your heart, back into your truth, back into your spirit. That will definitely help you. do water blessings. You do water blessings in nature. If you can't get into nature, you can literally do a blessing. Like I said before, there are beings that want to inhabit your body because your body is so freaking powerful. You are the creator of everything, right? You create your whole reality. Like conscious beings, that's why they want to get in you, because they want that experience. So please understand that we create energy. When you rub your hands together, we feel that energy in between. You feel that energy. Our cells can heat, we've got over 2 trillion cells, so much energy going in there, right? And when we understand that this energy isn't bullshit, that when we start to tune in with it, then we can really change our lives. One of my Mashika teachers, he's like, the most important thing that you could ever do is energize your water before you drink it. Like literally before you go to bed, put water on your bedside table and just, say, and this isn't a religious thing, this is like an energizing thing. Or if you are religious, that's awesome. But if you're not, that's awesome. I'm not religious. But you literally just put your energy into that water and change the frequency of the water, because there is frequency machines everywhere. That's why people and governments and all these things are using massive frequency machines, because they affect us, because we don't know how to ignite our own frequency. So when you can ignite your own frequency, then you can start to shift everything, and then the external frequencies that are being penetrated to you don't come through. So ignite your frequency and just pray over your water and tune in with that water and be grateful and thank you, and give prayers over the water, thank you, I love you, thank you for becoming part of my body. We don't even acknowledge the things that are becoming part of us. Think about the things that are becoming part of us. It's the water, it's the plants. I mean, if you eat dead bodies, then that's your choice. They become part of you. But acknowledge what it is that you are putting into your body. Acknowledge what it is that you are putting into your body, and just be grateful to it, because it becomes part of you. Whatever you eat, it becomes your cells, right? Whatever you eat, it becomes your mitochondria. Whatever you eat, it becomes your life force energy. So just be aware of that, what you are putting into your body, and the vibration and the frequency of what you are putting into your body. Like I've said before, this is why I am a ninja with health, because I am all about frequency. I'm all about feeling. I am super kinesthetic. I am super intuitive. And if the frequency of anything is off, it dulls down my intuition and it dulls down my superpowers. And I don't like that. I want my powers to be amazing. So I will have the most high vibe things that I possibly can, so that my vibe is super high. So I choose things that are alive and vibrant and colorful and beautiful, and that's what I'm putting into my body. I don't put things that are dead or bleeding or anything like that. And people often say this to me, because I'm almost vegan. People often say this to me, Blythe, but you're just killing plants and you're putting them into you. It's no different from killing a baby cow and putting that in you. I'm like, plants have seeds. And in order for them to be able to go where they need to go and spread their seeds, they need something to consume them, so that then those seeds can be passed on to somewhere else. So they rely on beings, humans and animals, to be able to eat them, so that they can go and shit somewhere, and that will plant their seeds, right? So check yourself on that one. And also, if you are eating meat, this is something that's fascinating as well. I was paleo for a long time before I was vegan. And when they look back at caveman diets, because, there is feces that has been fossilized, and they have been done studies on this, the actual majority of the caveman diet was plants. They'd done these studies at all different places all around the world with all these different caveman diets. They had 109 grams of fiber in their diet in their stools each day. And so generally, a person that is paleo or is on a normal person diet has about 20 grams of fiber in their diet a day. So they're literally just not eating enough fiber and eating so much meat. People that were hunters and gatherers, they would hunt irregularly, and they would gather the rest of the time. So you've got to understand that the rest of the time they're eating berries, they're eating grass, they're eating nuts, they're eating seeds, mostly berries and grass, right? Like, and fruits, whatever they can sort of get their hands on that's like that, because they want, you know, nice stools. They don't want to, they might have to like run away from a tiger at the drop of a hat. So they don't want to be lethargic and eating meat all the time. It's just not how it goes, right? Like, they wouldn't kill multiple times in a day. So if you are paleo or if you are any of those things, awesome, but just make sure that you are getting enough fiber through your diet so that you can really not have things breeding in your body that you don't want to be breeding in your body. And also make sure that you're not having too much heavy metals. So make sure your food is organic, certified organic, because if it's not, it's sprayed with toxicity. It's got like so much manipulation through the food, because, you know, it's the same people that want to inhabit your body in any way that they can. So just think about that. So that's a little bit on spiritual warfare, the allies, how to work with them, and realizing that you are more powerful than you ever thought, and your body is the biggest weapon that you have got. So use it. Absolutely use it. And use the plants, use the water, and be grateful, because we're all one, right? Like, we are all one with all of the elements. They are us, they express through us as well. So make sure that you are grateful with anything that you are ingesting in your body. And also, like, I mean, this is a practice that I do multiple times throughout the day, most spiritual people do, and a lot of indigenous cultures, is cleanse your area. Cleanse your area, smoke your area. So whether it be with, like, if you're in Australia and you use eucalyptus leaves, or you're like the pagans would use sage, or like the South Americans would use Palo Santo, or the Mexicans copal, whatever it is that you have around you that you can, cleanse your space, smoke it out, because the smoke literally works through the element of the air, because that element of air connects to everything. So you want to be able to work with that element, and it easily shifts and cleanses an area, which is really, really great. So if you're not feeling great or anything like that, or you've been on your cell phone for too long, cell phone in your cells, guys, like, let's not go AI, okay? But like, if you've been on your cell phone for too long, literally, like, smoke and sage the area afterwards and cleanse. So work with the elements, and I hope that was a little bit helpful. Otherwise, I hope you have a beautiful day, evening, night, morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. My name is Blythe Langford. I'm a personal freedom coach, and if you need any assistance through this amazing, beautiful time in which it is, and you might be having a little bit of brain fog or like anything like that, and you want to learn how to strengthen your being, or expand your consciousness, or get confidence to put yourself out there, or whatever it is that you want freedom with, then reach out to me. This is my work. I freaking love what I do. I love being able to support people to uncover their gifts and to be able to use their body as the weapon that it is. It is a fucking temple. It is heaven on earth. So do not ever underestimate how amazing you are and how much you are needed right now on this planet, in this moment in time. You incarnated here because you have got gifts, whether you know it or not, and if you would like to explore them, then get in touch, because it's so exciting. I send you so much love.